Hi there guys, and welcome back to the Red and Blue Site YouTube channel. I apologise, it has been a while since I last uploaded a video. International break means it's been quite quiet on the Palace front, and also I've been doing some videos for 90 Min UFF. If you haven't seen those videos already, hit the links down below in the description, go straight to their channels and check them out. You will enjoy them, I can guarantee it. There have been some really good videos recently. But yeah, back now with Palace content. It's closing in on our first game back from the international break. It is of course away to Huddersfield. Now away to Huddersfield last season was a game that we won quite comfortably 2-0, probably one of our better away performances of the season, I have to say. I remember doing that journey up there, probably the coldest I've ever been at a football match. The snow was absolutely pelting down, and it was every 5 or 10 minutes it would stop and then start again, and at half time it blew straight in the away fans' faces. Fair play to everyone who went up there on that day, and I hope to see many of you there on Saturday as well if you're going up there. But yeah, I think a game that it's on paper should be one that we should be winning, but in reality it's a game that's going to be much harder than that. Obviously Huddersfield are one of the few teams that are below us in the table right now, and they're desperately looking for a win. I think their main problem will be this season, and it appears to be so far, will be scoring goals, and with Mounier, Depotre up front, I don't know if they've got the firepower for a second season in a row to get the goals for them, and they're heavily relying on players like Pritchard in and behind the strikers to get those chances, I think. So it's a game that obviously, like I said, Huddersfield have to win. For Palace, it's a must win for us as well. So again, you'd expect there to be a lot of counter-attacking, sitting deep, probably quite boring to start off with, I'm expecting, and the teams to go at each other on the counter with the pace they've got out wide. Personally, I think that Roy Hodgson, he's starting to get a bit of pressure, and in all honesty, I think the fans as a whole are overreacting quite a bit, or you know, they're making a big fuss over not a lot at the moment. Yes, 3 points from 4 games isn't great, and it is a poor start to season when you look at the teams who we have played, I suppose on paper. But when I'm looking at it, I see it as we've been playing well in those games. In the majority of those games, we've been playing well. Yes, we haven't got the results that we necessarily deserve or expected to get, but there are a lot of positive signs there. Unlike last season when we had a poor start and it was just dreadful defending, etc, etc. It hasn't been like that this time. You don't get that feeling. It feels like the players have been unlucky on a number of times, and over the course of the season I do feel that the luck kind of equals out, and you'll get your fair share of luck. For example, the last game against Southampton was appalling, I'll admit it. It was very, very poor from the side. We should be winning that, but you know, Benteke missing a header at 1-0, 2 yards out, pretty much an open goal, heads it straight at the keeper, stuff like that, you know, and on another day we would have scored those chances and it may have been different. So it is worrying that the performances are slightly declining as the season's gone on, but luckily the international break has come at the right time for us, and hopefully Roy can regroup, get the players back, and we can hit Huddersfield for 6. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, and I'm sure a lot of Palace fans will be hoping for the same. So predicted lineup. Now, in previous weeks I've done what I would put out on the field, the team that I would pick. This week I'm going to do a team that I think Roy will pick, because I feel that the team that most fans would pick is normally very different to how Roy would set up. I think a lot of fans know how he'll set up, and the main problem that I think fans have had with Roy over recent weeks has been his inability to change it up when we're behind or struggling, and inability to make quick subs and wait till like the 75th minute when it's too late. So my predicted lineup for Saturday's away game to Huddersfield will be what I think Roy will put out, and it is as follows. I think Hennessy will keep his place in goal. Fantastic save in international duty for Wales. I think he thoroughly deserves to keep his spot at the moment. He's proving a lot of people wrong, and Guaita coming to the squad clearly has improved his performances as well. So I'd put him in goal, and then Wan-Bissaka right back. I'd have Tompkins at centre-back. I'm hoping he's fit. I haven't heard much news on him, but I'm expecting him to be fully fit now after that little niggle he had before the Watford game in the warm-up. So I'm expecting Tompkins to be back. If not, of course, Kelly can slot in there. Sakho left centre-back, of course, and Van Aanholt. Pretty solid and undebatable back four at the moment. I think that's the way everyone's looking at it. I think that's the back four plus the goalkeeper that we'll expect for most of the season if they're fully fit. They end up going into the midfield, and I'm going to stick with 4-4-2, as you can tell. And the reason is I would play a 4-3-3 if it was me, but I think Roy will stick with the 4-4-2 because he doesn't really seem to like to change it that much. And I think that, yes, last season it worked very well, 4-4-2, but we did switch up to a 4-3-3 away at Huddersfield. So I'm hoping that even though we're starting, I'm going to start with the 4-4-2 the way that I think Roy will set up, that he will switch up to a 4-3-3 whilst the game is going on. That's what I'm hoping for. So I would have in the midfield I would have Townsend out on the right. I'd have Maya in the middle, MacArthur and Milivojevic as well. So MacArthur out wide left. And then up front, I would also have Zaha and Ayew. Obviously, Benteke got a knee injury on international duty, will be out for about a month, I've heard. So that could do him a world of good to try and, recover or revive his form and get some goals back into his game. Hopefully that breakout will help him. But yeah, so as you can see, I've put MacArthur out wide left. The reason for doing that is because I'm hoping in-game we switch to a 4-3-3, which will have Milivojevic as the guy sitting in front of the back four. Obviously, the role he did so well last season. Struggling a bit this season, but I think he will come good as always. And then have Maya and MacArthur further forward in a two-man sort of attacking midfield role, if you like. And then the front three of Ayew up front, Townsend and Zaha on the wings. I'd love to see us set up like that, but I can see us starting that 4-4-2 as I said. So that's the lineup. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with my lineup? Do you agree with what I said about us changing to 4-3-3 in game? All that sort of stuff. It did so well for us last season when we won 2-0 at their place. We did change up to 4-3-3 in that game. So I'm hoping we do a similar sort of thing for this one. Now, score predictions. It's hard to predict because, like I said, both teams need a win. Both teams needed a win in our last game against Southampton, and Southampton ended up getting it when most people thought we'd steamroll them, or not steamroll them. That's a bit disrespectful, but get the points that we should have got. So it's very hard to predict Premier League football. You never know what's going to happen. Huddersfield could have had a really good time off of during the international break, a really good time to regroup and train and get back going, and they could hit the ground running now after the international break because a lot of their players aren't on international duty. So that's just the way things go. So you never know what could happen, but I am going to go for another Palace 2-0 win, same as last season, because I'm hoping that Zaha being back, which is pretty much confirmed now, Zaha being back, Ayew, having some time out, he didn't have the best of debuts, did put himself about a lot, but didn't really get many shots off. I think when he starts getting going, and Zaha, we can see a lot of goals coming out of that front line. So I'm hoping we'll have too much going forward for Huddersfield to cope with. So that's my prediction there, guys, my preview to the Huddersfield game of the weekend. It's going to be quite a long journey up there, so if any of you guys are going up there, stay safe, and if you're up there, let me know on Twitter if you're going up, and I'll be happy to meet up with you guys along the way or at the ground. As always, I love chatting to you guys pre and post match. Thank you guys so much for watching. Back with the videos now. Hope you're enjoying it. Be sure to look at the description below for all the videos I've done with 90 Min and UFF as well recently. Like, share and subscribe if you hadn't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.